Hi, my name is Nick. I'm a trainee of professional Japanese teacher. So today we're going to be talking about why Japanese people don't speak English even they learn English at school. So you might be able to find out what makes your learning slow. Stay tuned. Okay, so there's three reasons. Number one, teacher quality. And number two, education quality. And lastly, culture difference. So number one, teacher quality. English teachers at school, they can speak English, but my teachers don't have good pronunciation. And they teach us how to pronounce, but it didn't make sense because they can't pronounce correctly. Number two, education quality. At school, you can imagine like kids are in a classroom and a teacher takes the lead. And that teaching method is based on a structured syllabus. Nick, what the heck is a structured syllabus? Syllabus is kind of like a category how to teach language. There's 6 kind of syllabuses, and if you want to know more about them deeply, here's the best video for you. So the structured syllabus. The good thing is you can teach to anyone because it's all about how the language is structured. But the bad way is you learn the basics and you can only learn the language part by part. So it doesn't really effective to build the communication. Let me clear what I mean. So SVO. S stands for subject, V is verb, and O is object. Let's practice making SVO sentence from the words below. This is called pattern practice. Even if you know this grammatical structure, you can't communicate with real people. It's like Google Translate. It knows how the language is structured, but it can't communicate with humans. So learning a language by doing this all the time is not enough to master your target language. And do you even care how the sentence you speak is structured when you talk to someone? No. Learning the basics is really important to know the language well, but you don't really need to know them when it comes to the real communication. And also the language immersion. Children understand things simply, so that's why they can learn faster than adults. Because adults try to think logically, so that's why it takes time to learn. For example, when you talk about something sexual, you learn faster than any other things, right? That's because you understand that in simple way, and you don't think about it in a logical way, right? Okay, the number 3, culture difference. There's some words that you can't translate directly. Do you know why? Culture, which is traditions and habits that people follow in a country. For example, in Japanese culture, you have to show the respect to other people by how you talk, especially the people who meet you for the first time and people in a higher position. And that's called keigo, respectful language. That kind of social level system came from an old Japanese culture, like samurai and ninja. The keigo has been existed before the time they were existed. And did samurai and ninjas existed in other countries? They existed only in Japan. And do you have to change how you talk to other people who's in higher position or people who meet you for the first time in your country? Maybe you speak a little politely, but you don't use the different style of speaking, right? This is it. Culture appears in the words, which means you need to know the culture to speak the language, but teachers don't teach you about the culture. They only teach you just a little history. So unless you know the culture in your target language, you can't master the language fast. Alright, now here's the question of the day. What part of Japanese culture do you like? Let me know in the comments below. And also, I'll be so glad if you leave a thumbs up if you got a value out of this video. And also, if you got any questions about Japanese language, you can leave a comment here so I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. ありがとう。